present For the Record with Neil Heinen.
A movement fund for social good is next on For the Record. Thanks for joining us. I'm Neil Heinen. As the entrepreneurial sector continues to grow in size and impact, there is special power being found in the marriage of innovation and social good. By combining technology and philanthropy into investment, real change is made possible. We have an outstanding example right here in Madison called the Movement Fund. Its founder is Eric Upchurch, Chief Visionary for Opportunity Incorporated, and he is my guest this morning, along with the Executive Director of Downtown Madison Incorporated, Jason Ilstrup. Thank you both very much.
Thanks for having us.
Jason, welcome back. I love the idea that Eric invited you to come on, and I'm anxious to get your perspective on all of this. But start, Eric, if you would, by explaining what the Movement Fund is.
Yeah, so...
Or maybe what Opportunity Inc. is.
Oh, good. So Opportunity Inc. is a strategic development company that's creating success through collaboration, and the goal is to work smarter together.
Yep.
And Movement Fund, along with a number of different in-house projects, is an example of building that success through collaboration.
So the Movement Fund is relatively new, but it's a major focus of Opportunity Inc. Explain Movement Fund.
Absolutely. Movement Fund is sort of what happens when referral marketing and network marketing meets social good. Only instead of vacations or widgets or, makeup products, the product of Movement Fund is giving away money. It's social good. So when donors invite other donors to the Movement Fund, they get a small percentage of those donations as a thank you, and then the rest goes to make grants that support building awareness, meeting needs, and advocacy in action.
Yeah, when did it start? When did Movement Fund start?
We officially launched in February of this year.
Yep.
With a rebranding, so to speak, and with the referral marketing aspect, but the grants from the fund have been going out for the past couple of years.
And just give us some examples of who are partners and who are some of the fund recipients.
Yeah, so the first one that comes to mind, Miss Shalicia Johnson, she runs Aerostar Photography, and she came through the Movement Fund through one of our subsidiaries, the Madison Alliance for Black Economic Empowerment. And she... Mobby. Everyone says maybe. But, I'm accepting it. Maybe it's Mobby. But she really needed a new laptop for her photography business. She couldn't take clients because it was taking too long to process. So she got a $2,500 grant to get her equipment, to get her camera situation and her laptop and software, and has been thriving ever since. I want to say there are a few black mothers that are coming to mind who needed housing, and I don't want to name them here, but anywhere from advocacy work, meeting basic needs, to organizations that want to start a program, we're able to make some things happen.
How does it fit in the broader landscape, Eric, of philanthropy, of social justice organizations? What was the void there that Movement Fund is filling?
Yeah, the funding world, Neil, is full of good people who really love doing good work, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But we're missing the grassroots activists and the folks who aren't necessarily organized to meet the funding criteria, if you will. So foundations and granting organizations tend to require a certain level of organization in order for the fund recipient to apply and be awarded funds.
Well, we're looking at a graphic right now that maybe you could just walk us through, Eric.
Absolutely. So this is sort of the rundown of how the Movement Fund works. When you at the top, and this you could be an organization, it could be Neil, it could be Downtown Madison Inc., it could be myself, but we use our special link from the Movement Fund to send through email, Facebook, or social media, or through our work or employment. And when folks decide to donate, that's the referral here on the lower left, then a small percentage of that goes back to the person who referred the donation. And that same thing happens over a number of different levels. So then the referral becomes the person at the top, and they're referring others.
This is a novel model to me. I don't remember seeing anything quite like it. I think it's significant, Jason, that you are supportive of Eric and his work. Talk about the fit.
Yeah, we have to look at how we move capital in this country to make real social change and real social progress. You just look at any statistics. We'll look at straight business statistics on venture capital. Since 2009, about $300 million of a $424 billion venture capital pot was given away to African American women. That is 0.0006% was given to African American women. Something is wrong with that system. And at DMI, it's our goal to create a more inclusive and strong economic downtown. It's in our civic agenda to understand, to identify, to start to dismantle those structural and cultural barriers that are impediments and barriers to cause people to come downtown and have thriving lives in downtown or throughout our community. And that may be issues like transportation and affordable housing, but it absolutely is access to capital.
We should explain this a little bit more. For one thing, Madison has a number of very strong, powerful African-American women who are focused on empowerment of other African-American women. But I think the implication there is that this is an untapped resource, that there's a pool of contributions here that we're not reaping the benefits from because of that minuscule investment in their work, right?
Absolutely, and the minuscule investment part is one of the reasons why we want to incentivize donations to the Movement Fund. So for-profit pays, injustice pays, but social good doesn't really pay all that well. And we kind of expect that. If you're doing something from the community, we expect that you shouldn't be getting paid that much for it. Meanwhile, we promote so many other companies and we give them our money, even though we know they might not be what's best for the environment. So how do we get more of an investment that's not just a percentage of for-profit revenues, but this is a real thing, that it's not just a guilty gesture. This is a viable revenue-generating opportunity for companies who are for-profit and have to focus on for-profit in order to support their staff. This is an opportunity for them to generate real revenue by supporting social good work.
So to emphasize the obvious, this is not a nonprofit.
Absolutely not. And nothing against nonprofit, but legally it has to be organized as a for-profit in Wisconsin in order for us to pay and reward folks in the way that we are.
Well, when we come back, I hope we can all just be really explicit in helping people understand how, if they are interested, they can participate in the Movement Fund.
Absolutely.
We're going to do that right after this.
For the Record, sponsored by MG&E, your community energy company.
More people are switching to Ram than ever before because Ram gives you more towing, more luxury, more legroom, and more deals with up to 20% off MSRP on America's most awarded pickup. The all-new Ram 1500. Hurry in for big deals during Ram Truck Month.
Now get 20% off MSRP on select all-new 2019 Ram 1500 models in dealer stock.
When you switch to Spectrum Mobile, not only do you save on your wireless bill, but you also get to keep the phone you have.
Hold on. I can keep my phone?
Yes.
And get a better network?
Yes.
That's like upgrading to a bionic leg.
Except in this case, you're getting free talk and free text.
Wouldn't be my first choice in superpowers, but pretty cool.
What's your first choice?
I'd have super stretchy arms.
To save people?
So I could reach the fridge.
Switch to the best network and keep your phone. Spectrum Mobile.
And to save people.
Too late.
Got an old couch? Doesn't fit couch? Welcome to Lovesac. home of the Sactional, the world's most adaptable couch that always fits every room and how you love to live. With hundreds of fabrics that wash right and fit tight, your Sactional can look forever new and change as your life does. A locking system so sturdy, your Sactional is always comfortable and guaranteed for life. Visit Lovesac.com to find your nearest showroom and see why the Lovesac Sactional is the world's most adaptable couch.
Not just a sedan, it's a Subaru. The 2019 Subaru Legacy 2.5i now at Don Miller. Built to last, the Legacy 2.5i with so many standard features. Lineartronic 6-speed automatic, symmetrical all-wheel drive, EyeSight driver assist technology. Leased from $229 per month plus tax 42 months, 10,000 miles per year, $1929 due at signing. No security deposit. Don Miller Subaru, west on Odana or the East Side store on High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
I'm back with Eric Upchurch, who is the chief visionary of Opportunity, Inc., and we're talking about one of Opportunity, Inc.'s offshoots called the Movement Fund. And joining us is Jason Ilstrup, the executive director of Downtown Madison, Inc. So how is your membership, Jason, received this idea of supporting the Movement Fund?
They've received it very well.
Okay.
Because they understand, like we said to begin with, we have to look at this model differently and how we move capital and how we inflict and help with social good, right? One thing that I've said for a long time now is Madison is moving from a big little city to a little big city. And there are so many challenges on the social side that come from that. Not to mention all of the social challenges we had before. And if you can get a larger part of the population working together on those issues and getting capital into the hands of the people that are working directly with many of those issues, we're going to be in a better place. So our members have been very supportive, has worked with our board of directors to give a presentation in our economic development committee. Our job is to get this out to our members who have capital and to help with the projects and the different companies and social network goods that Eric is working with.
I know that the partnership list is growing, Eric, but Old National Bank kind of jumps out, you know, as being a traditional business that has decided to partner with you. My guess is that that's significant that they jumped on early.
Yeah, our friend there, we really appreciate Old National Bank because there's really not a, it's not intuitive for a bank to be like, you know, let's support social good. The funny part about it is, and this brings up an interesting point, that there's no requirement to receive the compensation for referral donations.
Okay.
So, and the bank, which I would think would be, you know, all about the money. Right. They don't want to receive that.
Interesting.
So, and we're still working with them to figure out how Movement Fund actually folds into their day-to-day and ways that they can support and spread the message. But yeah, very early on, they made it clear they don't want to receive compensation.
I think that said something about the leadership of Old National. And Len DeVasher, who started, was one of the first CEOs here, and Tracy Mann and Kevin Anderson, the new team. It says a lot
good
about what they're doing.
We're looking again at another brochure here, Eric. Just some initial numbers. 74 actions have been funded by the Movement Fund.
Yeah, so this is looking at the work of YGB, Young Gifted and Black.
Gotcha. Okay. There.
And absolutely, between YGB and a number of different smaller groups, about 74 actions funded in part by the work of the Movement Fund and its partners.
Impact involving 60 children.
Yeah, so these are children who might have ended up homeless and needed some money, and the platform that's afforded to the Movement Fund is the same thing that was used to raise the funds to support these children and their families. So Movement Fund is keeping people housed. It's supporting direct actions that we're so thankful for, and really driving investment into the grassroots, those that tend to be forgotten by the funding world.
That description brings to mind, Eric, in the last couple of years, as we're all familiar with, you know, these small, not to the people involved, but small crises that arise. And all of a sudden you've got Michael Johnson and Sabrina Madison who are responding to the individual crisis and trying to gather resources to help those people. This, to me, gives a more formal structure to that work.
Absolutely. And instead of us being more reactive, which we're going to be as things arise, this helps us create a foundation and a resource that is designed to meet the needs of quote-unquote reactive situations. And a lot of times there are barriers to participation, whether there's the funder that might not really understand the method of approaching a particular issue, or there's the organizing of the group that's addressing the issue. Movement Fund is lowering those barriers, and it's allowing our fund recipients to just go out and do the good work that they know they're here to do. And it's allowing funders to get out of the way and really support just social good as a whole.
Who are we looking at here?
These are fund recipients from, oh my goodness, these are from the Madison Alliance for Black Economic Empowerment. $10,000 went out that night to Black entrepreneurs who participated in the networking activity, and those funds were raised with the Movement Fund.
Okay. That helps. That image helps. I realize that we were talking so much about Black women and empowering Black women, but the Movement Fund is a broader range of influence than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we call it Movement Fund because there's so many different movements. There's the social justice movement, the racial justice movement, gender justice, there's environmental justice, there's, you name it, health. There's so much when it comes to movements in general, and we want people to be able to receive resources and have access to resources.
Not limited to the African American community.
Absolutely
but to any of these areas.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, because of who we are and where we're starting, that's a big part of our service area. Sure. But we want people to be able to feel like they can reach their community through the Movement Fund and support their community through the Movement Fund.
I can just see the fit here with the vision for DMI, particularly in the last couple of years, Jason. And that your members have put importance on.
It is. This is such an important way to help not only the social good, but also small businesses as well, right? We feel that our economy will be best if it is inclusive of everyone. Madison is doing well for a lot of people, but there's a lot of people that are being left behind. And how do you really get and fix a situation for those that are being left behind? One of them is through Movement Fund. If it's through social good projects, or if it's through just a loan to a small business that makes a difference, that doesn't have the barriers that some of the banks or the credit unions might traditionally have. Yeah. They have more access to do that. The photographer, $2,500 can make all the difference in the world. You start coupling that with some of the efforts what the city is doing with the public market, right? And all the different work they're doing to raise businesses up. Ideally, it would be great, right? If you had a business that started through Movement Fund and they were selling goods and all of a sudden they opened a store downtown, that is going to make downtown a more inclusive and welcoming environment for everybody.
It's not charity, it's an investment.
It really is.
I promised we were going to tell people how they could participate, and we didn't do it. So we're going to do it when we come back, right after this on For the Record.
Dear America, to your big cities and small towns, to the heartland and the farmland, from stream sides to every mountainside, let freedom ring. Happy birthday, America. Yours, Toyota. Lease a new 2019 Toyota RAV4 for just $219 per month. Hurry, offer ends July 8th. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
At McDonald's, we make mornings brighter. Say you're going to go up north. Well, then 2 breakfast burritos and any size McCafe brewed coffee or soft drink is the way to go. Get 2 breakfast burritos and any size McCafe brewed coffee or soft drink for $3.50.
It's patio season, and Steinhafels has a large selection of quality outdoor furniture in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Entertain in style and comfort on one of our many sectionals. Steinhafels, your outdoor living destination.
Love summer at Don Miller Subaru. The 2019 Subaru Outback 2.5i Premium. It's a 2019 IIHS top safety pick with standard eyesight driver assist technology and symmetrical all-wheel drive. Lease the Subaru Outback 2.5i Premium from $269 a month plus tax, 36 months, 10,000 miles a year. No security deposit, $1969 due at signing. 0% financing available. Don Miller Subaru, west on Odana or east side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
Hi everyone, Monday marks the start of one of the busiest weeks of the summer.
And whether you are enjoying the 4th of July holiday on the ground, watching fireworks, or from the water, we have some safety tips for you.
And we're also tracking a very active forecast Monday.
We'll see you then.
I'm back with Eric Upchurch, the founder of the Movement Fund, and Jason Ilstrup, who is the executive director of Downtown Madison, Inc. So, explicitly, Eric, an individual, a business, $100, $1,000, that they would be interested in supporting the work of the Movement Fund. Just walk us through the process.
Yeah, and we saw this in the diagram earlier, but there's the main way, there are three main ways to get involved. One, and I think is the easiest and simplest, is for someone to just go online to movementfund.com and apply. The other, which I think, the other two, which are probably more important so that it makes that application possible, is sharing and donating. So one can go to movementfund.com, click on donate, and from there choose a monthly donation, preferably a small amount that can be comfortable and sustained over time so that we can plan. But a monthly donation that will help to sustain grants that support social good work with low barriers. Another would be just a one-time donation of whatever amount. Any amount is helpful, but the most important, the absolute most important, is to share. And folks don't need to, receiving compensation from that is not required. So just like Old National Bank or DMI, they can forego the percentage that is a thank you to sharing. But for some of us, this could be something that is an income driver, and we want to create that sort of innovative, collaborative benefit so that folks can go online, join the movement. There's
the master control, how this works. Master control gives max 1 and the hardware. Sure.
And this is what you need.
It usually works. Okay. So, I don't know what camera 4 knocked me on camera. It's all just cut in.
Donate, and a percentage of that goes to the organization or the individual, and unless they decide that they want to give that back to the Movement Fund or to another charity of their choice.
Before we end, Jason, I just want to reemphasize the idea that this is an example of that combination of entrepreneurship, innovation, and social good that I think, I mean, this is, in the last 10 years, we're becoming more familiar with this in Madison, but it undergirds so much of what we're seeing on East Washington Avenue and South Park Street and the growth that we're seeing, right?
It fits absolutely into what is going to make Madison into even a bigger and better city. You have a solution coming from a Madisonian to solve Madison's issues. This is exactly what we should be doing and supporting to make sure that our community is strong for everybody. To me, this is that intersection perfectly interwoven together that makes a difference for so many people, from small businesses to social networking organizations. Really is creating social good in the city of Madison.
And I know this isn't the last, Eric. What's next for Opportunity, Inc.?
Oh, we are really gearing up for a major push with Movement Fund, and it's going to be something that we offer as a benefit to our clients that are focusing more now on strategic coaching and training. So really excited about bringing that and pulling out collective wisdom through these trainings, and also offering up Movement Fund as a solution to folks who want to make a difference.
Have you get people...
All right, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that has just come out now. This is for Columbia, Green Lake, Marquette, and Dane counties, along with Dodge County. And this is going to go until about 11:45. And so here's the line of showers and thunderstorms right now that's moving through. There's a lot of lightning with this, and for the most part, this has been moving from the north and east, from the north and west, rather, and towards the south and east. So Partyville getting in on this right now. Same with Prairie du Sac. Now, on the backside of that, if you live in Forest, Sun Prairie, over towards Beaver Dam, this is now going to be moving your direction. And as it comes through, don't be surprised if you run into hail up to about quarter-sized, along with 60-mile-per-hour winds. And the storm has done a little bit of damage just back towards the north and west. That's where we've seen some tree branches down, along with some small hail. So if you are on the northern side of Dane County, say Waunakee, the northeast side of Madison, or maybe you're over in Sun Prairie, that is a community, or those are communities that'll be impacted by this here in the next half hour or so. Lowville, these storms are moving your direction as well. And then eventually that's going to work its way towards Columbus and Beaver Dam. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect until 11:45. We've got some strong winds coming through with this, folks. So make sure that you are certainly aware of that and heeding the warnings. The best thing you can do is head inside to a sturdy building away from windows and make sure that you are staying safe. Of course, we'll keep you guys up to date as we continue to track this storm through our viewing area.
And rough terrain. But in the redesigned Jeep Cherokee, your trail can lead anywhere. See where your trail leads at the Jeep 4th of July sales event.
Now financing at $4,500 total cash allowance on select 2019 Jeep Cherokee models in dealer stock.
Update your floors with Empire Today's $50 room sale. Buy one room, get floors for all other rooms for just $50 each. So when you buy one room, it's only $50 for laminate in the kitchen, $50 for carpet in the bedroom, and $50 for hardwood in the office. There's no limit. Buy one room and it's $50 for floors in each additional room. Schedule now.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today.
For 2 decades, News 3 Now and Channel 3000 have paid tribute to top-notch teachers nominated by our viewers. Every month, we spotlight and salute an area teacher, and we want to hear about your favorite. If you know a teacher who deserves to be recognized as a top-notch teacher, send us a letter, an email, or nominate a teacher at channel3000.com.
Top-notch teachers, sponsored by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
The holiday weekend is here, and we're helping you celebrate at the Nissan July 4th sales event. Save big on our lineup with advanced tech, like Rogue, Best Buy Award winner, Armada, Best Full-Size SUV crossover, and Altima, an IIHS top safety pick. Hurry, because like the July 4th holiday, this sales event ends soon. Get up to $2,000 holiday bonus cash on select models, or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on 15 models.
My thanks to Eric Upchurch and Jason Ilstrup for joining us, and thank you as well. We'll see you next week on For the Record. For more information, the website is movementfund.com, also available on social media. Thanks for joining us. See you next week.